This is the daily chart on Verve Therapeutics. And a couple of weeks ago, I noticed that Cathie Wood was buying shares hand over fist and wasn't sure if she was responsible for this pump up in the stock. I don't think she did it alone, as you'll see in a minute, but someone was front running some type of news. Kind of seeing the number of shares Cathie Wood owns. She owns 5.2 million shares, worth roughly $55 million, but it only represents 0.41% of her portfolio. Nevertheless, she owns 6% of all outstanding shares, making her the 37th largest holder. Now, this article from Investor Business Daily caught my eye. VERV lost a third of its value as safety concerns plague its gene editing drug. So the stock crashed as safety concerns plagued its gene editing approach to genetically high cholesterol. In the process, it lost a third of its value. So VERV testing is drugged in patients, but as a consequence, it increases cardiovascular disease, despite it lowering LDL cholesterol by 55%. So 2 patients experienced severe side effects. One died of cardiac arrest 5 weeks following treatment. Another had a heart attack the following day. Investigators said the latter is possibly related to VERV's treatment, but noted the patient experienced chest pains prior to treatment and had not told the study investigators. Now, analysts at Capital Markets had this to say regarding the patient's history. The patient had multiple prior heart attacks. Nevertheless, on the stock, they would, this is the analyst, not be surprised to see some volatility, but remain buyers given impressive effectiveness. Again, the 55% decrease in LDL cholesterol. So VERV tested a total of 9 patients. 6 received low doses of the VERV called subtherapeutic. This means that these won't be the doses it seeks for FDA to approve. It also tested 2 potentially therapeutic doses. 2 patients had a potentially therapeutic dose experienced PCSK9 reduction of 59 and 84%. At the highest potentially therapeutic dose, 1 patient had a 47% decline in the programmatic protein. Bullishly for VERV stock, lowering the protein levels also led to decreases in LDL cholesterol. At the lower therapeutic dose, patients had LDL cholesterol reductions of 39 and 48%. The highest dose led to 55% reduction in LDL. All right, and so the analyst goes on to say that Novartis also has a similar drug. It showed also similar reductions in the LDL cholesterol. Now, kind of going back to the charts again, someone was front running the news, and that more than likely was front running the news announcement, at least for preliminary studies. Now, kind of zooming out to the monthly chart, big picture wise, I had this level at $13 just to denote the pivot low and also what was support back in June of 2022. Now, kind of taking that to the weekly chart, this leg down, this pivot low, created the lower low, which created a downtrend. 1, 2, 3. All right, so for me, this was an easy shorting opportunity based on this pivot low breaking below this. Going to the daily chart, just want to show you how you had a drop in price. This was an easy setup. First of all, you had a break of the daily uptrend, and during that break, price based and then fell. But this kind of gave away the zone. Price came back, dipped its toes at the bottom of the zone, and then fell off. So if I was to zoom this out, you had a drop in price, 3 basing candles, and a drop, retest, and then the drop. And that drop ultimately took out this pivot low. So although it can be scary, what you want to see is a screaming price increase to the zone, because when you just have these extended range bodies, it means that there are no, in this case, no buyers, which is good if you're trying to short it. And so what happened when price came up, came into that zone, daily sellers at $19, and then dropped down. Again, no real buyers here, so you get a gap down to the origin of the strong move higher. Now the question is, if you missed the move higher, is it time to buy? My opinion, let the dust settle. Wait at least 3 days. Wait for potentially some volume to kick in like we had on October 31st. Question is Cathie going to buy more shares while the stock is down? Be sure I'll keep you in tune to what's going on with Cathie Wood's transactions and overall on Verve Therapeutics. Thanks for watching. Subscribe. Please like the video.